So I've run the numbers on nuclear power, and oh my god, I have horrifically underestimated it. So today we're going to begin the transition to 100% nuclear power for our base by starting to build the most massive and complicated power plant our world has ever seen. Hello everyone, I'm Kibitz and welcome back to Satisfactory, where last time the game was finally updated and now we have nuclear power, miner Mark IIIs, and an entirely new bauxite production chain. And of course, we messed with pretty much everything and even built our first functional nuclear power plant. And oh my goodness, guys, I've done the math with the nuclear power stuff, and it is insane. Absolutely insane. And we are going to be working towards switching our entire power grid over to nuclear. And in doing so, we can shut down our turbo fuel power plant and then use that oil to complete our supercomputer production chain. So this will be the key in finishing off our base. However though, there's quite a few things I still don't know about the nuclear power stuff. Mainly, how to deal with nuclear waste. Because what happens with this thing is you put in the nuclear fuel rods, it produces an insane amount of power, 2,500 megawatts in fact, and then after the fuel rod is used, it is turned into 25 units of nuclear waste. And the big meme with it is that you can't actually throw it away. Like if it's in my inventory and I try and put it in the trash can, doesn't work. So you're kind of, quote unquote, stuck with it. Of course though, there are some potential ways to deal with it. Lots of you guys were suggesting to load it up into a tractor, then drive the tractor into the void, or just pick it up myself and, you know, just run into the void myself. So, let's try this out. But, it's radioactive. Radioactive stuff causes damage to little old me. That is so fast! Okay. Oof. So yeah, extremely, extremely dangerous. Might be worth sacrificing a hazmat suit as well. Let's see if we can get it the rest of the way here. Full health. The bin is almost certainly radioactive, so we have to kind of be careful about that as well. We just have to kind of like run right through here. There's the bin. We're gonna go for it, turn around, and jump. Oh, it's not radioactive. Until now. Come on! Freedom! Oh no! Okay, and third time's the charm, right? Correct. And then off into the void. Easily done. Just let my body fall as far as possible. Woo! And there we go. Fun fact, that's the first time I've ever fallen into the void before. Neat. So yeah, that is definitely one way to get rid of the radioactive waste. But here is the problem with that. And the same thing goes for the tractors as well. Is that stupid icon is gonna stay on the map forever. And I presume as well that it's loaded underneath the map too. So now, there's a chest just stuck underneath the map that we cannot ever get rid of. And then if we dump tractors off the edge of the map too, same dealio. And after a while, that is gonna cause quite a bit of lag. So at the end of the day, we're gonna have to make a storage solution for all the radioactive material. Which will be a little inconvenient, but at least it'll be a fun little project, right? Right. And also though, we don't have to worry about that for a while. It's gonna take quite a bit to put together this massive nuclear power plant that I have planned. So, I've cleaned up everything from our test setup, and now all the nuclear stuff is off in that bin, and we can get started on our real project. And man oh man, what a project this will be, because you need nuclear fuel rods to run the nuclear reactor. The fuel rods, though, need uranium cells, which is not too bad. It's like a couple assemblers, concrete and uranium. Encased industrial beams, which is also, you know, it's all right. Little bit of steel, little bit of concrete. Then also the electromagnetic control rods. And now, that's pretty spicy. Because these control rods require the stator, which is fine. But then also AI limiters, which is super not fine. Because we've dealt with these before, and they are no bueno. They require the quick wire. Okay. And then the circuit boards, though. And the circuit boards require the rubber. And a little bit of wire, too. So yeah, this project requires a lot of resources and a lot of different production lines. That's why I have all these machines set up, because every one represents another production line that we'll need. So like concrete, wire, quick wire, steel. Oh, it's gonna be a wild one, but definitely worth it. Also, this project is gonna end up looking really, really cool, because since it's nuclear and I don't want to, irradiate my base, we'll be building this whole system as like its own enclosed thing inside the nuclear power plant area, wherever that will be. So at the end of the day, we get to make our own unique design with it, and it's gonna look wild. Now though, we have to kind of figure out where to build it, because the uranium is right in here pretty much, but also we need all these other resources to actually use the uranium. So we're gonna need about 540 limestone, 225 coal, 450 copper, 82 caterium, 300 oil, and about 113 iron. So quite the shopping list. Luckily though, I know the perfect place to get all of that stuff. And here we are. We are right up the hill from the uranium. So the cave is right here, just skewed up this way. And bada boom, here we are. So it has the oil, and it's already being processed and everything. We have our highway right here as well. So the plant will be kind of close to our existing infrastructure. There's a caterium node right over here too. Beside it is the copper for the wire. We have plenty of iron nodes. And then our highway has the coal. And then the only thing that's missing is limestone. But limestone is pretty much everywhere. Like, exactly. Just right over there. So yeah, right there. And some right over there, right next to our existing highway. So there we go, our perfect spot. First of all though, we have to get this pesky environment out of the way. Okay, much better. Less nature, more concrete. Always good with me. So now we just have to go and put down a ton of miners. So there's our copper, our caterium, iron, limestone, and coal. And since the uranium's online, we're good there, and we just have to deal with the oil. So all of the oil is being put into these refineries right now and producing fuel for our turbo fuel generators. But luckily, I didn't actually finish off the turbo fuel power plant. I ran out of motors before I built all the fuel generators. So one of these lines is just completely free, and we're just gonna convert it from fuel to rubber. So now we're gonna have an extra supply of 300 rubber, and we'll be good to go on our power plant. And once we're done this whole project, this entire facility can just make rubber. And with that and the higher belt speeds, we'll be finally able to complete our supercomputer project. Anyway though, our shopping trip is done and I've built it over everything we need besides the uranium. So we have our copper, caterium, rubber, coal, and a bunch of limestone. Minor change of plans, but we are going to belt up the uranium in its raw form, because I didn't want to bring up the limestone from way down there as well, because we had a very easily accessible node over near our oil field, so I just thought I'd pick it up from over there. Oh, and of course our iron's here too, but yeah. Now we can actually get to designing the nuclear power plant, and there is only one main thing we need to build around. and that is keeping the radioactive stuff segmented away from everything else. Because we don't want the whole thing to have radioactive material just going all through it, so I always have to have a hazmat suit on. Yeah, that would be annoying. So we're going to design the uranium cell part first, and then, yeah, we'll go from there. Because the manufacturer for the fuel rods will be like probably way up in the sky. So uranium down this hill, probably we'll bring it up over this way and have it enter over here. So we'll just put a wall like that up. Sure. And uranium will come in through here. All right. And then ideally, we'll have the waste going out through here. But then again, the reactors are gonna be really high up, so I'll probably just have a conveyor lift coming down. So let's not even worry about that. What we need to worry about now is making the room for 13 assemblers, because that's how many we need for this first phase here. I guess they can go here. And hopefully we can just keep on going this way to have 13 lined up. And just to quickly run through the numbers for you, we're gonna have 600 raw uranium supplying this power plant. And that's with the new Mark III miner with the 3 power shards. So 45 times 13 is 585, and that's about as close as I could get. Now I could have one assembler that's running a little bit slowly, like at 15% or 30%, whatever. But I didn't want to bother with that. All the numbers with this project are horrifically messy. Like, come on, 9 concrete? Exactly. So we're just gonna go for even numbers. And also, since it's a power plant, I am not concerned at all about load balancing and things of that nature. Like, we are not going to fully utilize this entire plant probably ever. So everything will back up extremely quickly. And then once it does, we're good forever. And this time I mean like good forever, because already with our turbo fuel plant, if that was 100% running, but now this nuclear power plant is gonna leave that thing in the dust. Like it's extreme overkill, probably. Anyway though, looks like I have 16 assemblers here, which is actually perfect. So we can get rid of the 3 on the end. There we go. And that way we can bring the concrete right through. Almost. We'll just bring it out and around here. And then have the uranium coming down this way. Oh my gosh, it also, guys, this is gonna be huge. But there's another part of the update that I didn't check out last time. And that is that you can stack the splitters and mergers now. Yeah, that is like fundamentally huge. Because now, using the overflow method, we can almost do something like that. If we move things out enough, like so. And we can just build this system exponentially. Like no more messing with conveyor lifts. It is this simple. And you can connect these up just fine too. Yep. My goodness. My gracious. That is honestly the best change ever. Ever. And since this whole factory is just using this overflow method, my goodness, it is going to be so quick to get everything up and running. Like honestly, with this change, I think if I was to redo my whole factory or start anew, I certainly would use this overflow method. Like, it's taking me 5 minutes to set up 13 assemblers. Of course though, since most of my factory is already load balanced extremely efficiently, I'm not gonna switch over to this method, but yeah, if I was starting a new game, I can't imagine not doing this. And yeah, there we go. The whole system's pretty much done. It looks good too. It even looks good. Unbelievable, man. What an unbelievably good change. 10 out of 10. So with this whole power plant being so easy and convenient to build, I'm gonna try something a little different here, where I'm gonna try and make both the interior and exterior look, you know, relatively good. Like we'll have hallways and doorways, and I wish we could have signs, but we'll make do. But yeah, proper entrance as well, so there'll be an entrance over here, probably another somewhere else. And we'll go to all the different places. Because since we have to make like so many different things, we can have different rooms for different things, and it'll be pretty neat. Alrighty, so getting started then, we need concrete. So we already have the uranium that will be brought in over there into that room, and it's spaced out a decent amount so that I can't get close enough to the belt to get hit by the radioactive stuff. So that should be all good in the back there. With the concrete though, we'll probably have it off over here because we need a lot of constructors for the concrete. We need, let me grab my notes. We need a whole 12 constructors. So, you know, it's not like a crazy amount, but nothing to scoff at, eh? So let's just see if we can nicely get 2 rows of 6, call it a day. I'd be pretty happy with that. Oh yeah, perfect. Absolutely perfect. And, oh, wait a second. Let's think about this. Both the exterior and interior should look good. So what if I had everything centered here? Had like a doorway looking in? Whoa, that looks spicy. Oh yeah, absolutely a good call there. Now admittedly, it does look a little strange once you get the mergers involved, but it's better than not having it centered. So all good there. So what I have to do with the concrete though, is I have to have, how many do we have there? 12? Wait, do we need 13? What did I say? 12, yeah. We need to have 8 of them going towards the beginning of our uranium cell line. So that's over there. And then 4 of them need to go to an encased industrial beam line. But we'll get to that in a bit. For now, let's just try and get this concrete over to the beginning there. And, ooh. No, they didn't change that. I wish they would change this, man. These need to be out just a little bit further. Like the belt doesn't turn sharp enough. I guess just for convenience and aesthetics, we'll just have the belt go across the main hallway. So then when we're entering the nuclear power plant, we can see all of the concrete going over and just have some movement going on, you know? But yeah, once across the highway though, it can just go wherever. Okay, and nothing all that difficult here. Just brought it up across a couple of the conveyor stacks and up and around. And finally, I just brought the limestone over the main hallway as well. So it comes in 2 lines. One has 300 limestone, the other is 240 for a total of 540 limestone going into the 12 constructors. And that will make our 225 concrete per minute, which is what we need for our whole factory. Also though, I did merge the 2 lines together. So there's 540 limestone trying to go onto a 450 belt. But very soon we will have the 660 belts automated and we'll upgrade everything then. For now though, we are going to move on to our next room, which is going to make our steel and steel pipes. So we're gonna lock this room off probably about, whoopsies, probably about here. I kind of want this room to be for organization, because we have everything coming in here, there's power, there's stuff. It's gonna be messy. It's gonna be messy. Maybe have like a staircase and an elevator in there as well. So we're just gonna close that off then. And do all the steel stuff in this space. So we have about 300 coal, little bit of iron, and we gotta put that all together into steel pipes. So initially, we're going to smelt all of our iron. And then from there, it needs to combine with the coal into another 5 foundries. And, whew, space is getting a little crazy here. But it looks like we just barely made it work here. Oh my gosh, like actually, almost just the perfect amount of space for all this. I guess we'll have to have the steel pipes be on the next floor though. Or right across the hall. Hey, what a good idea. But before we get into the pipes, obviously we should check to see that everything works here. It should though. It's all overflow stuff. Nothing too complicated. We are using our alternate recipe though. So it's 2 ingots, or 3 ingots and 6 coal, make 45 steel per minute. And 45 times 5 is 225. And yeah, we're getting our steel rate there. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Woo! Getting jittery though. Action's heating up. But now we gotta keep on moving, keep on grooving, and build another 12 constructors on this side. Wow. So this all kind of works out very evenly. I really have to have like a balcony above to check all this stuff out, because this is all symmetrical and stuff, and man, it's gonna look very good. And there we have it. All of our steel pipes are done too. And I have to say, I could not have planned this better. Like, we have all of our radioactive stuff in the back here. Fits perfectly. We have our set of 24 assemblers, or constructors back here. And they fit perfectly. I was even able to fit a little hallway in here. So now we can have a side entrance. And all this stuff, well, this side's a little messy, but it works too. I guess these are like the smelters and the foundries and like the big polluters, I guess, are in that corner. Sure, let's call it that. And then our little space for organization. And probably an elevator. Anyway, though, we made a ton of progress on this today, and next time we'll finish it off, power it up, and figure out what the heck to do with all the nuclear waste. But thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. So have a fantastic rest of your day, and bye-bye.